The starting take.
Welcome back to Mystical and Mythical Talmudic Teachings, episode number 2. Today, as we continue our study between Mincha and Mariv of Ein Yaakov, the ethical, mystical, and mythical teachings of Talmud, we are on Brachot, page 2b. The rabbis are discussing, continuing from last night, the rabbis are discussing the correct time to read the nighttime Shema. And the Mishna, the origin of Jewish law, describes it in a particularly awkward way, what the time of the nighttime Shema is. They say that the right time to read the nighttime Shema is from the time that the priests, the Kohanim, enter to eat the teruma. And so last night we discussed the meaning of the association between priests and the nighttime Shema. The rabbis continue that the reason that the Mishnah uses the words Misha Sha'akanim Nechnasam Le'achol B'Terumasa, the time that the priests begin to eat their teruma, which is when the time the stars come out. The Talmud asks, when is Emasai Ka'achli Teruma? When is the time that they eat teruma? Mishas Tesa Kochavim. It's from the time the stars come out. If that's the case, the Talmud asks, Lisnei Mishas Tesa Kochavim. Let it write in the Mishnah that it be from the time that the stars come out. And so the rabbis explain, Milsag of Urche Kamashmalon, the rabbis want to teach us something along the way, which is Kohanim Emos Ka'achli B'Truma Mishas Tesa Kochavim, that the rabbis want to teach us that Kohanim eat the teruma from the time the stars come out. And this teaches us that the kapara, the atonement required, the rituals of atonement required by a kohen from when he becomes impure don't prevent him from eating teruma. However, what does prevent him from eating teruma is waiting until the stars come out after having immersed himself in a mikveh. Rav Kook explains a fascinating perspective on this teaching. He says there are two elements in every time a person wishes to improve and a person wishes to change. One is circumstance, and this is indicated by time, such as waiting for the stars to come out. And the other is personal development, and that is indicated by the rituals of atonement. And so the Mishnah is teaching us here that in order to recite the nighttime Shema, what's required only is that the circumstances be right. A person need not have transformed themselves fully in order to feel appropriate and privileged and entitled to pray to God, to declare His name in the world, and to partake of Jewish tradition. If the circumstances present themselves to make it possible for us to engage in that work and in that study and in that prayer, in that declaration of God's name, then that's what really matters. A person need not judge themselves by how far they've developed, how far they've transformed themselves. That is a lifelong process. And this is particularly expressed at the nighttime Shema. The nighttime Shema says, of course it's night. The world is dark. You're far from perfect. Things are not the way they're supposed to be. But that doesn't mean that you should stop yourself from reading the Shema. If you have the ability to read the Shema during the night, you should do so and not allow the night to define you.